A new beginning. Everything happens for a reason. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between hills, there lived a young couple named David and Lily. They loved their peaceful village, where they had grown up, but lately, things were not going well for them. David had lost his job at the local farm, and Lily's small shop wasn't doing well. No matter how hard they tried, life seemed to get tougher each day. One evening, while sitting under a tree, David sighed and said, "Lily, why is everything going wrong? We've tried our best, but nothing seems to work." Lily, holding his hand, replied, "Maybe we're meant for something else. I believe everything happens for a reason. We just need to stay hopeful." The next day, as they were preparing to close Lily's shop for good, an old friend named Tom came to visit them. Tom had moved to the city a few years ago and had built a new life there. He smiled at David and Lily and said, "Why don't you come to the city with me? There are many opportunities there. You could start fresh." David and Lily were surprised by the idea. They had always dreamed of living in the city, but were too afraid to leave their village. After thinking it over, they realized they didn't have much to lose. "Maybe this is the reason why things haven't been working here," Lily said. "Perhaps this is our chance to start again." So, with hopeful hearts, David and Lily packed their bags and moved to the city with Tom. At first, the city seemed overwhelming with its tall buildings, busy streets, and fast-paced life. But they soon found their place. David found a job at a big company, and Lily started a new shop that attracted many customers. They worked hard, and before long, their lives were better than they had ever imagined. One day, while walking through a beautiful park in the city, David turned to Lily and said, "Now I understand why we went through those tough times. If everything had gone well in the village, we might never have come here. Moving to the city was the best decision we ever made." Lily smiled and nodded. "Everything really does happen for a reason," she said. The young couple was grateful for the challenges they had faced because they had led them to a brighter future. They learned that sometimes, when things don't go as planned, it's because life has something even better waiting for you. Moral of the story: everything happens for a reason. Sometimes, difficult times lead to better opportunities, and we just need to have faith and keep going.
Vocabulary.
Nestled, meaning settled or situated in a cozy, comfortable position. Example from the story: in a small village nestled between hills. Own, example: the little house was nestled in the forest, surrounded by trees. Peaceful meaning: calm and quiet, without noise or disturbance. Example from the story: they loved their peaceful village. Own, example: I enjoy sitting by the lake because it is so peaceful and quiet. Opportunity, meaning a chance for something to happen or to improve a situation. Example from the story: there are many opportunities there. You could start fresh. Own, example: she took the opportunity to travel the world before starting her new job. Overwhelming meaning: something that is too powerful or too much to handle. Example from the story: at first, the city seemed overwhelming. Own, example: the amount of homework was overwhelming, so I asked my teacher for help. Fresh meaning: new or different from what was before. Example from the story: you could start fresh. Own, example: after the storm, the air felt cool and fresh. Realize meaning: to understand something clearly or become aware of it. Example from the story: they realized they didn't have much to lose. Own, example: I realized I had forgotten my keys as soon as I reached the door. Afraid, meaning feeling fear or worry about something that may happen. Example from the story: they were too afraid to leave their village. Own, example: she was afraid of the dark, so she always kept a light on. Packed, meaning to put things into a container, especially when preparing to leave. Example from the story: David and Lily packed their bags. Own, example: we packed our suitcases the night before our flight. Imagined meaning: to form a picture in your mind of something that is not real or not yet happened. Example from the story. Their lives were better than they had ever imagined. Own example. He imagined what it would be like to live in a big house by the beach. Faith. Meaning, strong belief or trust in someone or something. Example from the story. We just need to have faith and keep going. Own example. She had faith that things would get better, even in tough times. Grateful meaning. Feeling or showing thanks because someone has done something kind for you or because something good has happened. Example from the story. The young couple was grateful for the challenges they had faced. Own example. I am grateful for my family because they always support me. Restart meaning. To begin something again. Example from the story. They got a better opportunity to go to the city and restart their life. Own example. After losing his job, he decided to restart his career in a new city,